Well, hello, and welcome back to part 5 of the TOS Enterprise build. Today we're actually going to plug the bottom and the top saucer together and glue this sucker together, so let's get started. Well, here we are. Time to glue the two saucer halves together. Got the door closed. I did one extra thing. I took an LED strip and wrapped it around the bridge to give it a little more light down there, and it worked great. That's the only thing. And then I brought it up to here and tied it to that strip right here, and that's about it for the top that I had to do. Went around and cleaned the edges so we have a good glue joint. And then on the lower section, I just went through and hot glued areas, some more areas that I want, this one too, and that I wanted to stay in those areas so they don't get pinched, and make sure these are nice and smooth and flush here and out of the way, and ran my actual power lines down through the neck that'll come down and into the secondary hull. But yeah, I just went through and tidied up some areas where I wanted some hot glue, mainly here, these 2 points, and there. I hit that one there and that one there, so there's no stress on that. And I think that's all I really had to do besides clean the edges of this so we have a good plastic glue joint. Plus it brings down these windows because some of them are a little high on these edges where these window glasses went in. So we went through and did that. Make sure that's just right. And yeah, and did tests to make sure everything's still working. Got this to where I want it. And then on my terminal point, I hot glued those down once I got those nice and tight to make sure they don't back out and become loose. And I even hit some glue on the very ends too to make sure all that's nice and snug and tight and not going to come loose, because that's our main thing. If that comes loose, then we'll lose power everywhere. So that's always good to hot glue those screws down so they don't back out. Yeah, so we're ready to glue her down. So what do I want to do first? Do this top edge or do the or that bottom edge, or do this top edge? We'll do the top edge first and then we'll hit that. So just pick an area and go. Make sure you get a lot of good glue in here. Kind of good thing is just to work back and forth. Get a bunch of all these. I think for that, use this because it'll really blob it on those. It's a little faster. Okay. Need a bigger desk. Well, this one's all flat edges, so I'm just going to really... Because then we still have to plug everything in and then get it. This is always the fun part, because you need 2 hands to plug, yet you're trying to hold the saucer up. That's a good sign when you hear a good clip. Alright, and let's also make sure our red and greens didn't get bumped into or moved. Nope. So hopefully sometimes if I pay attention, there we go. We're lining up these with the outsides. It wants to lock on pretty good, but one other thing I want to do before we really start tightening things down is do a light test. Strobes are working, those are working, everything's working like it should be. It's really fitting down nice and snug. That's good. Yeah, it really is. Definitely want to hit the, like I said, the window areas, make sure they're nice and tight, because that's where we could have potential light leaks. Everything's fitting really tight. Like now that I even have them, I might even put one right across there just to help squish that down. Yeah, because it's not wiggling as much. But all in all, one there. And then what I'll do once it's dry is I'll run through with some of the thin set and get it all down in those seams. But I don't want to do it now because it gets under a tape, it gets all googie, and then that's more sanding I have to do. One thing else I noticed is there's a little openings there. I saw some on the bridge too. I'm going to actually have to put another application of it's hard to tell because it's milky when it first comes out, but I should just play it with my finger. Doesn't make any much difference. That's better. Let's get these. I noticed these, once I saw those up top, I think a lot of it's mainly because of the curve. It's such a sharp curve. Much better. But yeah, that really went together. One of the easier saucers I've got to put together. The refit was a pain. Not a big pain, but there's a lot going on to that, the way that was built. This one was designed a little easier, and it's a little easier shape. This edge. And then you also don't have the ridges on the edges like the refit, so cleaning up these seams is going to be real easy. Like I said, I'll probably put the quick set extra thin Tamiya in there. That will probably fill some stuff, especially if you do a couple applications. And then we'll just come back with a little bit of perfect putty. Yeah, it's down tight. There's a little bit of opening here, but not much. I mean, that's beautiful. little perfect plastic putty, or maybe even a thin set, and fill that in. But everything, majority of it is really tight. Very, very, very happy. Alright, well, the next thing is start on the neck. Next time I see you guys, we'll start working on the neck, getting the lights in there. I already prepped it. I already got it sprayed black and then misted it with white. I actually tried a thing where I just tape these edges because I want to keep these edges nice and clean. Here I'll have to clean a little bit, but yeah, we can start getting the window glasses in here and get some LED strips, and there's not much. There's probably just 2 strips per side, and then we'll send the power down to the which will be this way, down into this, to the make it through the secondary hull, so we can pull it all out the front where the deflector dish is and connect it all together once we get to that point. But yeah, it's pretty much ready to light up, and we'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to call this a night and let this sit overnight. But everything's flashing good. The red and green LEDs didn't move on me, so they will be good once we put the clear parts in. Yep. Those are flashing good. The windows look great. After together, it's so much easier to flip it upside down. You don't have to worry about falling apart. Yeah, everything, all the windows that are supposed to be glowing are glowing nice. Block out this planetary sensor because it really washes the camera out. That's going to look good. I'm really kind of liking that I did those in a white, just to give some different contrast to whatever. I don't know what these are. Are they supposed to be windows? I mean, they're quite straight down, so if they're windows, you'd be walking on them. That's always, you know, these here always made me wonder what they were. Those 3 round ones. But I did them in a white, just to make them different than the regular windows on the edge and down here. The actual personnel window. And the same thing up front. Here I did that in a white, just to make it different, which also made this top one a white. And then these 4 squares will be in the warm light. Definitely adding that it was a white LED strip that let me do this. It was a white LED strip that I wrapped around the bridge. That it gave my view screen a lot more light because I lined the light right up to it. It actually brought the colors out of the screens. They're not the best decals as far as lighting. And it also gave an overall more light in the ambient light, especially with that view screen being so bright. But it's not too bright. I mean, that would probably be the brightest thing as far as lights in the. And even on the show, it is, because it's projecting. It's it's a big screen. But yeah, everything's glowing so much more. Now you can look in there and actually really see the detail, besides just the lights and the monitors. Like now, I can actually see the turbo lift door and everything back there. You can see the railing and the captain's area and the actual navigation console better. But yeah, it brought the colors in the monitors out a little more. So I'm really happy with that. Our impulse engines are looking good, still flickering. It's going to be great. Can't wait to get them all together. But yeah, I'm rambling. But like I said, when we come back next, we'll be adding the windows in, the wiring that neck up. We'll put the windows in, black out the ones that we need to black out, and then we'll mist it with a little white like I did on these. Excuse me. And glue that together. And then we'll start tackling the engineering decks. Getting down in here, which I already light blocked. I already hit it with black. I glued these pieces in first because I didn't want any paint to inhibit the glue joint, because that's a very structural thing for the pylons. So I glued those in first, and then actually taped them off so I didn't get any paint in there. So when I actually glue the pylons in there, we'll be good. I hope we don't get any. I mean, right now I see light bleed from there to there, but I don't think any of the light. Mainly because most of these windows back here are blacked. So most of our concentration on lights are going to be right in this area. And then back here. But back here is also going to have a shuttle bay. So I don't think we'll get too much light in there. But yeah, we'll have to mist this with a white. Get our reflecting. I also want to get this part here glued in where the post goes in. So I might want to clean some of this up to get it to glue in here better. Yep. So the next part we'll work on the neck, and then the episode after that we'll get this lower section done, and actually even get the pylons on and get that all glued together. But until next time, thanks for watching.